Hello, welcome to Lifestyle and Facts with Chisom, and today we'll be talking about failure, growth, and academic breakthrough. Welcome back. Okay, so today we'll be talking about my academic breakthrough, how my high school academic breakthrough came about, and I'm going to break it down. Growing up, I used to be scared of calculations. I used to be scared of mathematics. Anything that involved mathematics, I'm always scared of them. I used to have problems trying to focus in class. I don't know, but that was just it. I used to be among the people that, can sneak out of the class just to come play, pluck fruits, So that would be my lifestyle. From my junior, I used to have a sister that was close to her finishing her finals. So that was when we were still in high school. So that went on, and at the end of the term, why the whole term was going on. My sister used to tell me, she used to say, let it not be that all this your play. Let it not be that when you get your result, I'm going to see rubbish in your results. And innocent me that doesn't know what school life like is, just there to come and play and thinking that the way it is when you're in your primary school. So innocent me. At the end of the term, when I got my results, we were 34 in my class. So I took 19th position. So when I took 19th position, I couldn't even show my sister the results. She was like, "So what is your result? Let me see your results." I didn't even know how to start telling her that see my position. I was just trying to hide this stuff. So finally, when I got home, I was expecting my mom, because my mom is a teacher anyway, and my mom is a math teacher. So I was expecting this kind of, when you do something wrong and you're expecting a very serious scolding at home. You're expecting that this is not going to enter you people. So that was what I was expecting. Funny enough, the response that I got from my mom was the most shocking part of the whole story. So my mom came around and I asked her, she said, "So where's your result?" And I showed her my results, and she was like, "Go and keep it first." So then I was already shaking. I was like, "Oh, this woman is going to Jesus Christ. Mommy is going to do me this thing. Is going to do." That was what I had in mind. But funny enough, we had a meeting that day. We were talking, and she was talking to us as family. My mom said that she didn't give birth to children that are dons. She said she gave birth to intelligent children. That was the most unexpected reply that I have ever envisioned, imagined that my mom was ever going to give for this kind of situation. I was expecting serious scolding, because this is the normal thing a teacher would do, because my mom is a teacher. And so, but funny enough, she said she didn't give birth to children that are dumb. She said she didn't give birth to children that are below average. She said she gave birth to smart children, and she doesn't know what we are doing, but she knows that if we decide to study, if we decide to study, that we will outshine, not just shine, but outshine others. That was what she kept on saying. So I don't know, something in me just calmed my spirit. I just felt so at peace. I felt guilty about the whole thing, but at the same time I was so at peace. I don't know how to explain the feeling. So fast forward to when I was in my, that went on. I started picking interest a little. I wanted to know what's happening, but the distraction was just too much, and that went on. So she put me in extra classes at the end of after my main classes. I go for my extra classes, and that went on for a while. And one thing I can remember very well is my teachers always trying to call my attention every time we're in the class. They always go like, "Chisom, answer this question. Chisom, answer this. Chisom, this. Chisom, that." At first, I felt like it was like they were picking on me. That's what every early teenager would feel. So at first, I felt like these people are actually picking on me. Why are they always calling me? Am I the only one in this class? But that's made me, because I didn't want to be caught unawares answering questions when they ask me questions, and I will not be able to provide the answer. I didn't want to be caught unawares, so it made me to kind of pay more attention, because I know that there is possibility that this teacher or this woman that is teaching us now is going to throw question at me. So that was it. So progressed fast to my senior secondary, where we had to choose if you wanted to do science or art. So, I had resumed. So my school is not this kind of school that allows you to make that decision after your SS1. So we made that decision in our GS3 when we were about to resume for the main class. So I had already made my selection. I wanted to be a science student. You can imagine someone that wasn't that good in mathematics, but I already started picking up when I was in junior secondary, but not like I was so good, but I loved science as a course. So when I came back, so I made my old time friends from my junior secondary. They all like, oh, so what's your new class? What's your new class? And I'm like, okay, I'm in SS1 this. So when I said I'm in SS1D, so they was still, oh my god, do you know people that are in this class? They started mentioning names of all the top best students that used to be top best in our junior secondary. We're like, oh Chisom, do you know this person is in your class? Do you know this person is in your class? Do you know this person is in your class? Anyway, my class is very competitive, and shout out to SS3D girls designers. I really love you guys, and oh my god, you guys are the best. And my class G's, Otito and Uche and the rest of them, you guys are. So back to my story. I was scared at first, and I was like, oh my god, like how am I even going to cope with this kind of class? I was praying that okay, they have put me in a less competitive class. At least I will find somewhere that I can take like 10th position, and so that I will not be so at the bottom of the class. So, but when I came, my friends told me that my former classmates were like, so you end up taking last position, or maybe you taking like 30 something or 40 something. So that was what they were telling me. When we made fun of it, we laughed about it. When I went back to the hostel, I thought about the hostel and I was like, well, all those people that they are even calling, there's nothing too special about them. Okay, there is something special about them. Everybody's special in their own way, but so am I. I'm also special. So I just started thinking, I was like, anyway, so this is a new beginning for me. This is a new class. This is a new mindset. No thinking less about yourself. So I went on, I was like, I decided on my own that I'm going to like study, ask questions if need be, and everything. So that went on. Luckily for me, the hostel, my roommates then were people that were academians, like they were grounded in academics. Why did I say so? Like you come to my hostel and you see in other rooms like their lights are off, but if you come to even when it's lights out, you come to my own hostel, you see my own room, you see my roommates, like everyone's torchlight is on when it's lights out and they're all reading. So you don't even have the opportunity to say, oh, you don't want to read, because the people around you are studying. So what are you doing? Why are you sleeping? So that was my second point of motivation. I'm like, okay, thank goodness that I was placed in the right place. It was a good placement for me. So fast forward to when our first test was approaching. So I started to like put in very great effort. So I used to have this roommate of mine, he's a senior anyway. She saw me and she's like, this one that you are reading like this, if they call you among the best 3 in your class, I have a gift for you. So I was smiling, I was laughing, but you know what, that kind of laugh that you are laughing, that you have never been among the first third, like the first third, that's never happened before. And you imagine someone is promising you a gift, but yes, you know you are studying it quite alright, right? You are studying, you are putting in work, but you've never been among the first third. That was it. So that period, my mom also told me, I was speaking with my mom one time and she said, we were doing 15 subjects that term. So I was going to my mom, my mom said, just if you can give me 10 A's in your results out of 15 subjects that you were doing, I'm going to celebrate your birthday for you. I was so excited. I don't know what these people were planning anyway, but I was excited. I was like, oh my god. Not even about the gifts, like not even about the celebration or the promises. Like these people actually believe that I can do well. So that was it. So that's after the first test, so they called me among the first third in my class. I actually took third position. I was so happy, I was excited, and I was so god. If there is any other way any other language or to explain excitement, that was what I was. That was how I was. That was how I felt. So we wrote our first exam for the term. So after the exam, when the result came out, I had 14 A's out of 15 A's. I didn't have an A in English. I was super happy. I didn't even care that it was English. I didn't even care that didn't have. I was so because I knew my birthday was going to be celebrated. I knew so that I knew like if you see the way I rushed to go and call my mom to go and announce the good news. I mean, I got more than you even asked for 10 and I gave you 14. Like I was so happy. I was so excited, and that marked the beginning of my breakthrough. I started pushing forward, and gradually I became among the top in my class. So, and I'm not going to tell you that there was no difficult moment, there was no trial time, because there was a period in my class, I think two, it's not even one period, there was 2 times. So the first was when we wrote our physics test. So we've written that physics test, and like I said, I have friends that are very, very intelligent and people that grew. So so one of my friends, she had 13 over 15, and that was the highest score in a way for my class. So but I personally had 0 over 15. I had 0 over 15. I felt so bad about the whole stuff, and I was like, what's so difficult in this physics that we are having this kind of low mark? I went to the library, I started making research, I gathered a lot of textbooks. I had to tell my mom to like, see, I don't have this particular textbook, please can you help me get it? And I just wanted to lay my hands on any kind of information available, possible, to understand whatever they were teaching us back then. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I had 56 over 60. I was so glad. It's not a perfect score, but it's something. So moving to my university days, when because I schooled in a place that is not my location, like it's not my state, so like even the local language was not my local language. So I had to like always communicate with English with the people and make new friends entirely afresh. So everything was quite difficult for me at first. So I was trying to settle into the environment. So my first year was a shaking moment for me also. I'd written and I knew that it wasn't going to be easy, but I had this orientation of making a good grade in your 100 level your first year of school. So that was the mindset I came in with, but unfortunately for me that didn't happen as planned. So my first test in school, my physics test, I had 0 over 20. Funny enough, a night before that test, I was revising with my friends, and at the end of the day, they all had made, like, they didn't have 0. I would say some of them didn't, like, the test was quite not that easy, but whatever that landed my score to 0 is something that I cannot explain to you today, because even if I didn't write something, I think I should be able to like make, even if it's 1 over 20, but I ended up having 0. And all my friends, every other person that I was reading with, they all had like, some had pass mark, some had below pass mark, but they had something. Nobody had 0 like me, and I was the person that was doing the teaching. Is that not the irony of everything? So I was also, that period also like drained me. I was so sad because it's not what I envisioned for myself. I even saw myself like imagining that the responsibility that I might end up failing this course, because if the test is over 20 and I'm already having a 0, I'm left with 18 marks to like battle with. So what if something happens and like I don't end up making it? So, but as God may have it, at the end of the day, I still had a B in the course, and B is from 60 to 69 for the course. So what I'm trying to say about this, so why am I linking my story to all of this, is sometimes in life everybody has their breaking point. The people that we thought that were so dumb when they were in junior secondary, some of them had their breakthrough in senior secondary. The people that you thought they were dumb in their senior secondary, some of them had their breakthrough in their university. Everybody have their breaking point. It's just for you to wake up to it. It's just for you to figure it out. Another thing I wanted to attach to my story is placement. Sometimes God places you in the right place and you are there limiting yourself. You are telling yourself, oh, these people are better than me, I'm not good enough. Oh, how can I compete with these people? Oh, these people have this. Oh, these people have that. Oh, I'm just coming and I don't even know my grounds. I don't even know anything yet. if God didn't know that you're supposed to be in that place, if you were not good enough, He wouldn't have placed you there. Sometimes He places you in a place, in a setting, knowing that you don't even know anything, but He knows that the people around you are supposed to help you build whatever you need to build. Another thing I wanted to add to this is motivation. You need, if you're not motivated, if you're not self-driven to do something, it will be difficult for other people to believe in you. Let me take, for instance, let's retrace back to what I said earlier. That my senior saw me studying at night, and she was like, Chisom, if you study, if you come out top during your class, I have a gift for you. I don't mean that I was always sleeping around. I didn't mean that I wasn't focused. I didn't mean that I wasn't serious. I don't think that conversation would have ever happened. There wouldn't be a point of contact or even the motivation coming in, because I wouldn't go and be telling someone that is not even opening their book that if they ever do well, you are going to give them something. So that was it. If people will believe in you, if you believe in yourself, if you put in work, people like successful people. People like successful people. People like successful stories. People will always attach themselves to people that are doing well. If you're not doing well, there is a possibility that people will not want to associate with you. That's common in the social work, even in the workplace, even in the church, even in politics. You see people trying to like cling onto someone, some big names. That's it. So thirdly, I want to talk. This is basically for the parents. So at that stage, at that point where I was trying to like struggle to like come up, struggle with my academics, struggle with discovering myself and everything. If my mom was the kind of person that will talk down on me or look down on me or compare me with other teenagers or compare me with my other peers, I don't think I would have felt the motivation to do more. I don't think I would have felt the motivation to. I would have probably rebelled and not end up derailing from what I should be doing, what I actually did to achieve whatever success that I have. So I think comparison is one of the worst things that you can ever do to your kids. Everyone is wired differently. Everyone has their moments. Allow your children to come to their moments or assist them to their moments, not comparing them to other people's moments. So that's basically what I have to say. This is Lifestyle and Fact with Chisom. I hope you enjoyed it, right? I hope you enjoyed the story. And if you think you like this channel, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button below and subscribe. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.